Savannah Guthrie interviewed Trump the way he should have been all along. It was Donald Trump who backed out of the debate that was initially scheduled for Thursday night. After he tested positive for COVID-19, he refused to participate virtually. Biden decided to carry on with the town hall anyway. Trump received a glowing health report and suggested they could now hold an in-person debate. He was refused. Instead, he found his own town hall and found an audience on NBC. The network took a lot of flak for giving him the platform. However, it turned out to be one of the best interviews with Trump, the best recently. We didn't get the answers we've been wanting, but NBC's Savannah Guthrie held his feet to the fire. She didn't let him run over her, as Fox News's Chris Wallace, the moderator of the first debate, did. She didn't let him off the hook and let him hang himself on his answers and asked everything we wanted to know. She even got to refer to him as a crazy uncle. The journalist spent the first part of the evening grilling Trump 111. She didn't hammer away at him. She was just very, very quick, much more so than him, not allowing him to take over the questioning. Once the audience had a chance to ask their questions, they took off where Guthrie left off. They wanted to know such things as whether he'd been tested before the last debate and about not denouncing white supremacy. Guthrie asked about what has been referred to as a superspreader event, the reception for Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett in the Rose Garden. More than 20 people in the president's circle tested positive after the reception, including Trump. At this point in the pandemic, knowing what we know, shouldn't you have known better? Shouldn't the White House know better than to hold an event like that? Guthrie asked Trump. He talked about all the testing at the White House and said he's fine with masks, yet everyone who has seen the footage and images knows he wasn't wearing one at the event. In fact, he's rarely been seen wearing one. He noted that many people who wear masks get COVID-19 anyway. "Hey, I'm president, I have to see people," he said, trying to excuse his non-use of masks. Guthrie followed with a question we were all asking: "You can see people with a mask, though, right?" In a question about QAnon, the host mentioned it's a conspiracy theory that believes Trump is a savior and that Democrats are responsible for a pedophile ring. "Can you just once and for all state that this is completely not true and disavow QAnon in its entirety?" she asked the president. "I know nothing about QAnon," he told her, leaving her to shoot back, "I just told you." On the subject of conspiracy theories, Guthrie asked Trump about one of his retweets that said Biden had a Navy SEAL team killed to cover up that Osama bin Laden's death was faked. Even Trump must know that it's obviously not true now, replying, "That was a retweet, that was an opinion of somebody." She reprimanded, "You're the president, you're not someone's crazy uncle where you just retweet whatever." A woman in the audience asked Trump about the corporate tax rate. He signed the tax cut bill at the end of 2017, which reduced the corporate rate from 35% to 21%. Her question was how that helps people. Trump talked about how great the economy was before the coronavirus pandemic and said it's currently rebounding, though it's a very slow rebound. He promised a middle-income tax cut if he's re-elected. Guthrie followed up this question with one about Trump's taxes that have been much talked about and that are tied up in criminal and civil court. An expose by the New York Times showed he paid very little or zero taxes. He responded with more bragging. He said the $400 million in debt isn't that much compared to all the assets that I have, all of these great properties. But he still didn't agree to release his taxes.